Okay, in my personal opinion, through these first few extras, I've been tripping over my tongue something awful. I'm gonna try to talk like my tongue isn't fatter than the rest of my mouth as we continue to complete these Easter eggs that I have missed. Starting here at Chapter 3. Alright, here at Test Chamber 11 in Chapter 3, we should see the 4th Ratman den, as well as Wheelie again.
These bridges are made from natural light that I pump in from the surface. If you rubbed your cheek on one, it would be like standing outside with the sun shining on your face. It would also set your hair on fire, so don't actually do it.
Hey, Wheatley. There he is. Alright. So yeah, here we go. This thing, like seeing, only not with my eyes. Gotcha. Gotcha. You think that's what gave him, like, such prophetic things with the moon and whatnot? His eyes look like moons up there. I don't know. Alright. Not as eventful as others, but cool nonetheless. Another Ratman. Alrighty. Somehow I'm supposed to get into the ceiling of Test Chamber 12 here. Not 100% sure how to go about doing that. So hold that thought. Alright, it says above the ceiling. I'm looking for places where I can make a bridge. I see broken glass there. Aha. Up there. There is no map. He was planning on killing GLaDOS somehow, wasn't he? Maybe he was using us the whole time. He really, really liked beans, didn't he? Yeah, I should be looking at what's on these mugs too, I think. That's easier said than done, isn't it? What kind of physics is this? Number 1 dad! Nice. Alpha male! Is this the number 1 dad? No, this is something else. Oh, I can't see. Fall different. Oh, there we go. There it is. Who farted? Those are awesome. So yeah, the Ratman den's really well hidden this time. In this Panda Man's personal opinion. So yeah. Alright, that was number 5. Well, while I'm here again... Oh, I don't know what I have against turrets, but that is hysterical. Okay, here in Chamber 16, we have another Ratman den. I believe it's right in there. But we're gonna need some laser action for that. Alright. Let's see, how are we gonna reflect this over to that grate? I guess from there.
Activated.
Just like that. And we'll need that. Probably right around there, actually. And we will also need this to set off the button. Oh, that's too high. That's better. There we go. Let's get that away from us. Oh, thanks for telling me how to crouch. Of course I know how to do that. Oh my god. That's actually really catchy. Well, how about that, you guys? If you were smart enough to try this, you've got a prelude to the ending right there. Now all of a sudden the most random ending of all time doesn't seem quite so random. And... Unmorality? Unmorality. Unmorality. Alright. Oh, it has an end. I was hoping it was gonna finish. So yeah, this is GLaDOS killing all the people. One of the more disturbing Ratman pictures. Don't really think any of these mugs say anything different. Yeah, alpha male. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. How about that? Freaking ending isn't as random as you think it is, people. If you know where the Easter eggs are. Okay, here in Chamber 17, we have a kind of special... Oh! Yeah. We know this one, don't we? Yeah, right here. Whoa, whoa. Okay, so yeah, I actually already got this one successfully. But if you had developers commentary on right now, at this point, there is a little speech bubble that appears right here. You click it, and instead of somebody talking, it's another signal for the STV to decode. And these are all images that have to do with the Portal 2 alternate reality game. It was created by Adam Foster, and it was used to help market Portal 2 back in 2010, March of 2010. There's a lot of really elaborate stuff involved with it, and it'd be way too much to go over or read through. I'm going to give a wiki page on it in the description of this video, so you can go check that out right now if you want to, and pause and come back. But it'll take you a good 15 minutes to read. Well, it took me about 15 minutes to read through it. If you're a slow reader or you really like pay attention to all the different images and whatnot, it could take a very long time to like actually. It was so elaborate. I thought that the freaking image of the companion cube on the moon was elaborate. Well, this is way more elaborate. It's ridiculous the stuff they did to give hints to the game and everything, and it's essentially over, and we've already missed out since the game's out. I'm now playing it, so I'm not going to go too much into detail with that, but it's worth mentioning, and again, the link for it is in the description. Alrighty, so here I am, ready to break out again. We finally get to see what the hell freaking happens when you take GLaDOS up on her advice. I wanted to find this out for a while.
What's going on? Who turned off the lights?
Hey, buddy, I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run! 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 Come on, I'm closing the door. Okay, quick recap. We are escaping. All right, that's what's happening now. We're escaping. So you're doing great. Just keep running. Quick word about the future plans that I've got in store. We're going to shut down your turret production line. All right, turn off our neurotoxic and then... Again, though, for the moment, run! Come on, come on!
The irony is you were almost at the last test. Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan your friend came up with.
Oh, what? How stupid does she think we are?
Well, I'm pretty stupid. Let's do it.
Wait, where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh look, there's a deer. You probably can't see it. Get closer.
Deadly neurotoxin. Go figure. I love it. So she does kill you, and she kills you with...
How stupid does she think we are?
Neurotoxin. Well, must be pretty stupid. Finally! She kills you with neurotoxin. I should have guessed. You know, I really should have. Oh well. Alright. So, this is one of those, oh, why didn't I freaking think to do this? Easter eggs.
Response.
Well, that should do it.
Template missing. Continuing from memory.
Oh, it hasn't done it. Right, let's figure out how to stop this turret line. Have you got any ideas?
I got an idea, Wheatley.
Any ideas? Any ideas?
Go and try this.
Template. Response.
Yeah, let's do this.
Template. Response.
So, doesn't really do anything, it just gives you an achievement.
Are you still thinking, or what's happening?
Response.
I'm thinking, just trying stuff out, Wheatley. You know. What else you gotta say? Yeah, I'm just thinking. How about you, man?
Tell you what, here's a plan. Let's just both continue contemplating in absolute silence.
Response.
Yeah, what? Come on.
I like that idea. Wheatley.
Template. Response.
Oh, wait! Ah, no, I got it. No, I've got it.
Template.
Alright.
Wait, where are you going?
Okay, you guys might remember this part. There is one little tiny Easter egg to take a look
Bring your
here.
daughter to work day. That did not end well.
See,
And 40 potato batteries. Embarrassing. I mean, I realise they're children, but still, you know, low-hanging fruit and all that. Barely science, really, is it?
you can see things that they've written on here and everything. Not very well. I don't think that's actual writing in the smaller print there.
Baking soda volcano. Well, you know, at least it's not a potato battery, I'll give it that, but it's not terrifically original, is it? You know what I mean? Not exactly primary research, even within the child sciences. I'm guessing this wasn't one of the scientists' children. You know, I don't want to be snobby, but let's be honest, it's got manual labourer written all over it, hasn't it? I'm not saying they're not as good as the professionals, you know, they're just a lot dumber.
What is this right here? It says, is not as cool. You cannot catch on fire. So the kid didn't like the fact that this didn't catch on fire. I can understand that.
Look at that, it's growing right up into the ceiling. The whole place is probably overrun with potatoes at this point, isn't it? At least you won't starve, though.
Alright. Now here's the interesting part of this Easter egg. Whoops! By Shell! Huh, that's us. So we are a daughter of a scientist here in Aperture. That's interesting. That is very interesting. And we must have been very young when we did this. So interesting that we got older by the time of Portal. I don't know, food for thought. Just, you know, it was placed there on purpose by Shell right there. See? So, yeah. That's us. Let's go, Wheatley. Alright, you guys might remember this place. Apparently, I missed a Easter egg here, and I was apparently very close. Oh. Seriously, who thinks about this stuff? Alright. Are there more recorded messages on these?
If you're allergic to peanuts, you might want to tell somebody now, because this next test may turn your blood into peanut water for a few minutes. On the bright side, if we can make this happen, they're going to have to invent a new type of Nobel Prize to give us, so hang in there. The average human male is about 60% water. As far as we're concerned, that's a little extravagant. So if you feel a bit dehydrated in this next test, that's normal. We're going to hit you with some jet engines and see if we can't get you down to 20 or 30%.
God.
Alright, we're working on a little teleportation experiment. Now, this doesn't work with all skin types, so try to remember which skin is yours, and if it doesn't teleport along with you, we'll do what we can to sew you right back into it.
Alright, those... I guess those are part of an Easter egg thing. But... this is what the real Easter egg is about. The Borealis. Here it is. This is in reference to a to Half-Life and Half-Life 2 specifically. For those of you who don't know, in the story of Half-Life, you play Gordon Freeman, a scientist of Black Mesa, and during one of the experiments, you create a dimensional rift between our world and an alien world, and they take over, and the entire game is pretty much fighting them. I think they refer to it as the 7-hour war. Don't quote me on that. That might actually be something different. I can't think if that's referencing the actual game of Half-Life, but the fact remains that you end up getting taken in by a guy named G-Man, and then Half-Life 2 takes place in much the same way as Portal and Portal 2. Maybe they're keeping, not as extravagantly as this, but they are keeping in the same vicinity of plotline with Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 actually takes place, like, a lot of the scientists that were in Half-Life are now older. And you haven't aged a bit, because G-Man seems to have supernatural powers and whatnot. Only it just seems like whoever he works for has cryo chambers just like Aperture. Anyways, so at the end of Half-Life 2, the Combine, who are part of the race who we don't want over here and everything like that, have taken over, and we fight them and whatnot. And in Episode 1 and Episode 2, it was hinted that the Borealis had some kind of power that was able to fight, that could have the potential to fight off the Combine. And what was interesting about it is that Aperture had been mentioned in Half-Life and Half-Life 2 only as competitive, a competitive company against Black Mesa, and that was it. And then when Portal came out, and you were part of Aperture Science, and you were like, oh wow, this is cool, we finally get to see what Aperture is like, everything like this. And in Half-Life 2 Episode 2, it said that one of the scientists seems to actually know what the heck's going on with the Borealis. He gets killed, though. And it's supposed to be like some kind of terrible power that we shouldn't want to mess with, and Aperture had to stop working on it. I find it extremely interesting. This is taking place in, like, what, the 80s part of Aperture, or the 70s? So they were working on the Borealis in the 70s, had to give up on it, and it's still got some kind of power that can maybe defeat the Combine. So here is more tying in between Portal and Half-Life, more than just Portal being Aperture and Half-Life being Black Mesa. Interesting though, I just realized that bit about how Portal 2 takes place. Granted, 9 days after Portal, whereas people are still alive that you met in Half-Life. In Half-Life 2, they're just older. So that's kind of interesting. So here it is, the Borealis, and a brief explanation as to why this is cool. This is only cool if you're a Half-Life fan. So if you're not a Half-Life fan or don't know anything about Half-Life, this is completely and utterly wasted on you. So are a lot of jokes, like Still Alive at the end of Portal, where it's like, maybe Black Mesa will help you, that was a joke, haha, fat chance. Yeah, so Valve likes to tie their games together, it's pretty cool. Okay, here at the end of Test Chamber 1 in Chapter 7, we can see an office right there after we complete it. And if you pay close attention, look at that. Not bad, huh? So let's see what's in there. Okay. Aha!
Those people in the portrait, they look so familiar.
So here you go, guys. This is what GLaDOS looked like before she was turned into a robot. And, you know, there's a little more to this. I just read it. A lot of people think that this shows an intimate relationship between her and Cape Johnson, which I kind of already assumed without this picture. I need to read that. But yeah, I kind of figured that anyways. And I really like this look for her. I think this kind of looks like what GLaDOS might have been as a human and whatnot. I really like that. It's almost exactly how I would have seen her. And so, very cool. There's some more about, like, maybe these two gave birth to Shell and whatnot. I think that's a stretch. But, you know, why not? I'd sooner think that Ratman had some kind of relationship with Shell. But anyways, this is quite cool. Now let's see what's over here on this. Alert your supervisor if you see OSHA inspector, Department of Energy inspector, GAO accountant, undercover police officer, nuclear regulatory commissioner, FEMA coordinator, ordinary police officer, journalist, public works inspector, MSHA mine inspector, ATF, FBI, or U.S. Marshal. Right, right. Don't want those guys here. Don't want them here at all. They'll ruin science. So yeah, what do you think, guys? That's GLaDOS.